So hello everyone, today's video is going to be a talking video because I haven't done one of them in a very long time, and I thought I would get the chance now that I have the free time to get the chance to actually sit down and actually talk with you guys about how I actually came across on getting the new females that I have, the 6 girls, because I know a lot of you have been asking for that, and I know that it has been a while. I have had them for a few months now and I am very delayed on that video. So I do apologise, but I have been generally busy, but now I have the time to actually sit down and film some videos for you, so I'm going to take the opportunity to do that now for you. So the way I came across on getting the females was I was wanting a bigger group of females. I wanted to try it out because I've heard so many good things that mice get on so well with in a bigger group. And I've always had either 3 females or just the 1 male. So how I came across on getting the girls was I decided to go to my local pet store because that's where I normally get most of my mice, because their mice are generally the best ones, because the breeder that the shop actually buys them from is a breeder, and she breeds her mice to show them, so you can kind of tell that she's taken a lot of good care, because to show them you've got to have very high quality mice, and that's the main reason why I go to my local pet store, because you can see as soon as you go in that they're well cared for. The coats are so shiny and lovely, and the colours are brilliant. So me and my boyfriend went over to see if they had any in. The lady that we spoke to at the pet store said that they didn't have any in, but to call back in a few weeks and they may have some in. So we did. We went back after 2 weeks and they still didn't have any in, and it wasn't the lady this time, it was actually the man, and he said that he didn't know exactly when they were going to get them in because of the breeder. They didn't know when they were going to be able to have some stock in from her. So I just got kind of sick of waiting. I kind of just did another little bit of research. I did try a lot of rescues. A lot of the rescues for mice aren't too close to me, and it would take a long drive from mine to there, and no one was willing to take me because obviously I don't drive, so that's kind of the issue. So I decided to then move on to any stores that would sell mice, and I eventually came across this webpage of a pet store that wasn't too far. So I phoned up and the lady said that she had a wide range of ages to different coloured mice and everything, and I said great, we'll just go there because it sounds like that she will have plenty of variety of mice as well as some young ones. So we went the next day after phoning the lady up. We went the next day, and when we got there, the pet store out the front of it didn't look that big, and so we were a little bit like, okay. So we went in and there was quite a few pets there. There was snakes, birds, hamsters, obviously mice. I think there was a few more there as well, but I can't exactly remember. So we had a little look around and everything, and then I went to the till where the lady was serving and I said, hi, I'm here to see the mice. And she said yes. So she walked past us. She went to this stall where there was a barrier of cages, and in them cages were the hamsters, and then she pulled out this really tiny little tank full of mice. And at first I just thought it was all females, because obviously you should never have males and females together in the same cage anyway. But then I said, wow, you've got a lot of females in here. She goes, no, it's males and females in here. My jaw dropped. I was just in complete shock. I've never ever came across a store that had males and females in the same cage. I was absolutely gobsmacked, and the fact that they knew little information shocked me. So anyway, I said, right, well, I just want females. So I had 2 carrying cases. I don't actually have one on me, but what we had to do, because there was so many males, we had 1 box with the females in and 1 box with the males in. And the thing that was really shocking was that every time she was pulling out a mouse, it was a male. and she must have pulled out 6 males before she even reached a female. And when she was doing that, I said to her, it doesn't look like I'm going to get many females, am I? But by the end of it, we got 6 lovely females out of it, and my boyfriend goes, "Are you sure you want them?" I says, "Yes." I says, "I can't leave them in there. It'll just be too cruel to leave them there." So we bought them, and we started taking them home, and I was looking at them and I was like, you can actually tell that they are all different and they all have different types of markings, so that you could actually tell them apart. I says, this could actually work. So obviously I know a lot of you are a bit confused on who's who, but I will be doing a video on that for you so that you could tell who is who, in case you want like a certain type of video on that certain mouse. So don't worry about that, that will be coming up very shortly for you. So we were carrying on going home, and I said, I was like, and I've just realised that they've been in with males, and God knows how long they've been there. I says, these could be possibly pregnant. And Peter goes, "Do you think?" I says, "Well, yeah, because there's only a certain young age. Once they hit a certain young age, they can start giving birth." And obviously I don't know their proper age, but there was a few there that was a canny small and canny big. So I started panicking, and I was like, right, I'm going to have to do my research tonight when I get in. And obviously I got a little bit of advice from the mouse forum that I'm on. It is Mice Are Nice, and they said that after a few days you will start they will start showing signs that they may be pregnant. So they just said that I would have to sit tight and just hope for the best that they're not. So I did. A few weeks went on and they didn't show any signs of being pregnant. They didn't start, their bellies didn't start to overgrow instantly. They were fine, and I pray to God that they weren't, and I was very lucky that I got them in time, because if I went a few weeks later they could have been possibly pregnant. And I'm actually happy that I actually got the chance to save these girls from that, because at a very young age, if they give birth, they can possibly die, and I just couldn't possibly, I couldn't have lived with myself if I knew that if I just stuck them back and they would possibly live there for the rest of their lives. Because obviously, I know a lot of people don't really take in consideration when actually going to buy mice, but I highly suggest, if you are thinking about buying mice at all, please do your research, especially if you go into a pet store and they are with males and females. If you get a female that has been with males, please be prepared that they could be pregnant. And if you think that there is a possible chance that they could be, please do your research and ask for advice, and possibly maybe go to a vet if you possibly can and ask for advice there. The best place to go, I personally think, is the mouse forum that I am on. The link to that forum will be down below, as well as the vlog that I did on going to get the mice. That will also be linked below. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you kind of understand why I got such a big group, and I don't regret getting them. Yes, I do regret getting such a big group. I thought it would be a lot easier to tame them, but in all honesty it is a lot harder to tame them, because there were so many of them and you can't direct one type of training session. You kind of have to include them all, because there's so many of them. But I don't regret getting them. I'm happy that I kind of saved them from that lifestyle of having to give birth and, you know, go through all that horrible stuff. When mice breed like wildfire, you should never ever ever have males and females together unless you are qualified or knowledgeable breeder. That is the only way you could possibly get away with breeding mice, because if you breed them, they will continue to breed. So I hope that this has helped. I will be doing another video on how you can tell them apart, and a few other videos will be on their way. So, and I shall speak to you again next week. Bye everyone.